I turned 40 on February 1st. I was kind of looking around on a few websites for coronavirus vaccination appointments for my parents. And I came across an appointment in a little town called Bolivar, Ohio. For my 40th birthday, I think, that was really a gift where my dad was patient one in this whole saga that has unfolded. A few days later, I was able to snag an appointment closer to home on the west side of Cleveland for my mom. I thought, what would happen if I walked down my street and knocked on my neighbors' doors and asked them if they wanted vaccinations? I was turned down, unfortunately, from one of our neighbors, but that's okay. From one of our other neighbors, though, she did get the vaccination already, but she said, well, I have a friend that I'm hoping you can help. Within days, I was booking 20 appointments, 40 appointments. So I did a segment for Channel 3 News in Cleveland. There was a person watching that newscast whose daughter was doing the exact same thing that I was doing. That person was Stacy. So Stacy messaged me the next day and we clicked. What if we did this together? So we strategized over Zoom, and 24 hours later, we met in person. So this is crazy. I'm actually on my way to Akron right now to meet Stacy in person. We just both pulled up into the parking lot and rolled our windows down like we were old friends. I knew in that instance that I had made the right decision to choose to work with her. So Stacy and I coined ourselves Vaccine Queens. The system put in place to actually book vaccinations is very difficult, but our system is easy. So we ask people for their legal name, their date of birth, their address, their phone number, their email, and their drive radius from the town that they live in. And we're really just putting the information out there that seems like it should be simple to disseminate. Right now we're concentrating on the 65 plus age group and then under 65 with existing conditions. But as more vaccinations are distributed, it's our hope that there's more vaccinations out there for everyone and the appointments will open up. So some tips that we recommend if you're doing your own vaccine hunting are to have multiple browsers open. We have seen that Giant Eagle typically opens up their vaccination window between 8:50 and 9 a.m. in the morning. So it's best to get on at that point if you can, or at least log on to the website to get your place in the queue. It's great to bookmark pages. If you're using Rite Aid, they have a qualifying form that you need to fill out every single time you book a vaccine. So it's best to bookmark that. The other thing that's really important to do is to know to clear your cache or clear your browser history and delete cookies. I have found that in cases where I'm unable to get into a site to get in the line, doing that does help. The other thing that I recommend is always calling to confirm after you're booking an appointment. And then I even recommend calling before you head off to the pharmacy. Be your own advocate, be vigilant, and make sure that you have everything you need before you go to the appointment. There was a really touching story of a woman who contacted me about her parents. Her mom had had heart surgery a couple years ago and it had gone poorly. As a result, her mom went blind from it. Her dad had to quit his job and become her legal caregiver. They were desperate for a vaccine. Well, I got them an appointment and she messaged me and she said, my dad's crying. He was genuinely touched. It's difficult to know that there are people out there on the front lines doing, the jobs of nurses and doctors every day. For me to be able to book, even just when I was at 5 appointments, it's made me feel really worthwhile. It was like, oh my gosh, I have purpose again. It's just a remarkable story that I think is going to change my life and my family's life for forever.